Hello, everybody, and welcome to Diary Room Open Mic with your producer, McCrae, and your host, Janelle.
Hey, guys, and welcome to Open Mic.
How's it going, Janelle?
Oh, my gosh, really good. I was loving the premiere last night. It was so good, you guys.
I actually agree. Usually I go in and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like this. I don't know if it's just like the excitement of being a fan where it's just like, oh, it's new. Everything is new. And that's why it's
the combination and the personalities just went so well together. I think it was the best premiere for Celebrity Big Brother.
I think so.
I mean, it was like, whoa, these people are gonna be great.
Yeah, I was like a lot of people caught me by surprise where I was like, okay, this person's here to play, or
Yes.
I mean, the first person I kind of want to talk about is what is it, Chris Kirkpatrick?
Yes.
Or he's like, oh yeah, I know the game. Like, dude seems like he's an actual super fan. He's like, I'm not going to tell anyone that I'm a fan.
Yes, they're
like,
playing, and which is good because I feel like in the past, I mean, and I hate using Meta World Peace as an example, but he was just so out of his element and didn't know the game at all.
Yeah.
Whereas this year, the cast is like really playing the game, and they're all trying to win.
Yep, which is awesome.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and Chris Kirkpatrick from NSYNC.
Yes.
Last time, or the first time when we covered everyone, you were like, I don't know who that is. Can you name all the members of NSYNC?
So I was a teenager all throughout the 90s. So like 2000 to 2001, I was 20 and 21. And I do get NSYNC and Backstreet Boys mixed up. My favorite boy band was 98 Degrees.
Oh,
so it was a little bit after me. Like, so I'm not like this. I do love NSYNC.
Man, I'm trying to think of who was in 98 Degrees.
And Justin Timberlake was in NSYNC. Backstreet Boys.
Can you name any
Lance,
of those?
Right?
Lance was in NSYNC. I was thinking about it before I went to bed last
confused.
night.
I don't even know.
Let's see.
No, I know that I love NSYNC's music. I Want It That Way is like my favorite song.
That's a good one, actually.
It's so good. Yeah, 98 Degrees was basically, that came out in like, I don't know, I want to say 1999.
This is all my sweet spot where it's like I was watching TRL.
Oh,
This
I love
was, like,
TRL.
the jam.
That's why
Yeah.
when someone said Carson was going to be on Big Brother Celebrity, I was like, Daly?
Yeah.
Oh my God, is it Carson Daly?
I would love to see
No,
that.
it's not. I do know now who that Carson is, though, once I saw him on last night's episode. Before I was like, I don't know who the hell that is. Totally know who he is. Yeah, he's hilarious.
He was another huge surprise to me where I was just like the thing about it is like I don't know how much game he really knows. I can't really I was a little drunk last night watching it, I can't remember how much game he knows. But the dude was entertaining, like
super
entertaining. He was the fun of the show the entire time. Where it's just like, oh, he's got a little snappy everything. Like I love that. Where it's just like, okay, this dude's gonna keep it like fun and light. But yeah, he really he was good. He was a huge surprise for me.
The entire cast was good. There's not one dud, I swear. Mm-hmm. And I think I tweeted last night, like, I'm super excited that everyone's older. Oh my gosh, it's just such a difference than having 20-somethings, and you're like, really?
Yep, just obnoxious kids.
Yes,
exactly. No,
it's such a nice treat.
It really is. Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else. Let me bring up my little topics list here. I'll say, okay, Carson knows everyone.
Literally everyone.
Yeah, just like, oh, I know, I've worked with this person, I've worked with this person. It's like, oh, well, you've just got like pre-existing conditions. But I mean, that's what's going to happen in Celebrity Big Brother, you know.
But if you know too many people too, you could also become a huge target.
Well,
it's too much power.
Yeah, that's yeah, that's true. But I think he's the kind of person where it's like, he seems like fun to be around, where it's just like, oh, I'm going to keep him around as long as possible. Like, I'm going to group up with him.
Absolutely. You know? I think he's going to do really well at the game.
They, in the episode, I'm going to have to take notes during these episodes. Just but let's see, Todrick, Carson, Cynthia, and Shayna alliance.
The fierce girls and the gays.
That seems like a decent alliance.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm there for it. Absolutely.
Is that your undying allegiances for them?
Yes. I think the four of them together are going to be hilarious. Mm-hmm. I'd love to see what kind of strategies they can drum up. It's going to be pretty interesting.
No, they Yeah, I like that when they were kind of getting into that, or they were just like, oh, this, yeah. Like, that will be, I think they'll be super serious, especially, like, Todrick as the leader. Mm-hmm. Like, again, everyone told us that basically, like, Todrick's going to be good.
Do you think that the celebrities know that he hung out with the cast of 23?
I just can't believe that.
Like, they weren't, like, digging around on social media and looking?
I mean, the only person I think that might know that would be Chris Kirkpatrick. Because he's a fan. Mm-hmm. Lance also is a pretty tight
Lance
community.
is a huge fan, so maybe Lance gave him some pointers. Like, if Todrick's there, like, he's going to be really good.
Yes, exactly. That's what I imagine could have happened, or that's like a possible conversation that definitely could have happened. So I think that's probably there. But at the same time, like, Chris Kirkpatrick is smart enough to be like, this dude knows what's going on.
Yes.
I think, like, I don't know. Well, I don't know why I'm like, Chris Kirkpatrick's the best. I don't think he's the best, but yeah. Todrick just seems like he has such a good understanding of the game. Even towards the end of it in the competition, he was kind of like, well, I don't know if I'm going to be up here. Like, I need to cut a deal or whatever.
That was great. He was so smart to cut a deal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, getting to that, that was so funny that
she wouldn't cut Teddy a deal.
That's amazing.
Sad. I felt bad for Teddy. I was like, really oh my God, Teddy's going to go on the block.
Well, she's like holding up there, just like, oh yeah.
Poor Teddy.
I know. I actually felt bad. And I do not think I'm going to like Teddy at all. I've heard some stuff that she runs like a weird MLM or like multi-level marketing.
For what?
I don't know, but it seems like a real like con artisty kind of thing.
What? Yeah. I gotta look it up.
I know. I gotta look into it.
That interests me.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, I'll do some more research. We'll come back for that topic. But yeah, I went in being like, I'm gonna hate Teddy. But then after that, I really was like, oh, I feel sympathetic. Like,
I do feel bad for her.
That's so ruthless. And then it's just like, who won the HOH? Misha? Is that
Misha, the fighter.
So like, why do you think that she was just like, nah, I'm not gonna cut a deal?
I feel like she didn't want to cut a deal because there's so many few people in the house. And with the power of veto, it's like it really takes your options, and she doesn't want to go back on her word week one.
I mean, that to me was a surprising move because, you know, if I'm a person that doesn't know the game at all, and then I'm like, people are trying to cut deals with me at the HOH, like anyone that doesn't really know the game would be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take this. I'll take these deals. I'll take it. Yeah, sure. You know. So to me, it's like either she's really good at playing the game, or she knows what's going on, or she just really hates Teddy.
I think she just liked Todrick more, and she was feeling that with Todrick, and she didn't maybe talk to Teddy as much before the HOH.
That must be it.
Yeah, and she needs to get to know her better.
Mm-hmm. The gala gift, the gala gift?
The gala gift. This is a special power that's going to come out this week. Mm-hmm. And what does it do? We don't know.
She said that it was something, it helps one person, hurts another. Mm-hmm. What have we ever experienced in Big Brother that's been like that? Pandora's box, I guess.
Pandora's box
is usually something good for someone, something bad for someone.
Yes.
Is that, do you have any guesses?
It's probably like a Pandora's box. Like, okay, it's going to give like the curse, like give a curse to the house or whatever. Like,
oh, like everyone, all your dishes are taken away.
Yeah, or cold showers for the week to the house.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Did you have to do cold showers?
No, because in All Stars, this is so funny. So I was on Have Nots, but whoever did the plumbing for the Big Brother 22 house, they did it wrong. And so the cold shower was actually hot.
You have to go in there and pretend like, oh, it's so cold.
No, I was like, oh, this is so brutal. And then I would like take a hot shower. Everyone did. We didn't say anything because we're veterans, so we're smarter than the average contestant. Yeah. We're like, no, we're not going to say anything.
That's
none of us will say anything. Yeah. So they didn't figure it out until the very end. They're like, oh, there are no cold showers.
Well, I mean, have we talked about slop?
No.
Not on the podcast, right? Do you have feelings about slop? Or what do you feel about
I think they should get rid of it. I don't like it. I think it's like just a distractor to the show and the gameplay and the things that I personally find interesting as a fan. It's just noise. Like, who cares? Yep. Get rid of it.
Well, and I always say, I mean, it makes everyone just a sloth. Or like,
it's horrible.
It's terrible for you. And it's like, I don't want to create drama. I want to just lay down and just sleep the days away till I can get real food. I think, yes, it's not a good thing. Slop is the worst. Or it's like, it's not even just that.
Do you think production does it to save money?
That's what I was going to ask, because that's always my guess. Because to me,
I don't know. Like especially in the beginning, like it does save a lot of money.
It's huge.
If like half the cast can't eat.
It's so,
or even 5 people, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But that's 5 mouths to feed, you know? It's like, I have trouble feeding myself, you know? Like, that's the only reason. That's the only thing that makes sense to me, because Big Brother is a notoriously cheap show. I mean, that's why it keeps on coming back. That's why
it's cheap to produce.
It's cheap to produce. That's what I mean, and that's why they had it during the writer's strike.
Sure.
And I think like that's one of the things that it's like, okay, this is why this show can keep going on, is because it is cheap and like doing stuff like that, you know. But did you had to do? Did you do peanut butter and jelly?
I did do PB&J, and I still to this day love peanut butter and jelly. That's easy. But I also had a PB&J pass, and then in All Stars, I won HOH every week, and then I think I was only on it in All Stars. I was on slop for 1 week. And when I did season 6, I was on peanut butter and jelly for 1 week. So I was only on 2 food restrictions out of all those seasons. Jeez. And then last season, or the season 22, I did 1 week. And season 14, I was a coach throughout the first part of the game, so I always got to eat. So basically, I've been on 3 weeks out of all the weeks in the Big Brother house that I've ever been on a food restriction, which is crazy. It's kind of bananas.
Do you know how many weeks you've been on the show? I mean,
oh gosh, I'm sure one of the fans can drum up that info.
Yeah, please. I would
love
to see those stats. Yeah, I want to see how many days you there, how many weeks.
My seasons were a lot shorter though than the current seasons. You know, like they've added like another 30% of weeks, right?
Yeah, they put it up to like 100 days.
It's crazy.
That's
insanity. Yeah, because we used to do 72.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
That is insane. Like 100 days. What a nightmare. I want to shout out Hamster Watch, because Hamster Watch always says this every year. She says that they should have liquid only diet.
Why would you say that? That'd be horrible.
It's better because then you can have like protein shakes and stuff like that. So like also it lets people have.
You can have protein shakes on slop.
Yeah, that's true, but you can't have alcohol on slop.
They don't give you alcohol anyway.
That's true. But I always
liquid diet would be way worse. People would be fainting and shit, especially guys. They're such babies.
Well, you're not wrong. I don't know. I think that, I don't know. I think the liquid diet would be great. I want to see that.
I think they should just get rid of it and just start limiting the food. Like they used to limit it way more in season 7, where we would just run out of food constantly. So we would just like basically eat peanut butter and jelly anyway.
Anyways, yeah.
It's like once you go through the food, you go through the food. So maybe if it's a cost thing, that would be an option. Because I think it's not interesting. I mean, there's a lot of people laying around that get really sick, really, really sick from it. Oh, yeah.
Well, and it's only one segment. Or, like usually they have their introduction where it's like, here's the slop. And it's all the bucket's all gross and shit, and it's everyone's like, oh. Like that's
honestly, it's not even that bad.
It's not, or it's like it sucks. It just like takes a lot of energy out of you. Basically that's. What
I did fine on it. Like me and Bailey cooked. We were on slop together. I do think though that strategy wise, being on a food restriction with other people, you do have a special bond with those people, and you can get in an alliance that way.
I think that happens often
because you're in that room and then you're just always eating together. So in the first part of the game, it's like a built-in alliance.
Yep.
Like you already have. You're like, okay, so we're sleeping together. We're talking
shared
tonight.
Experience. Yeah,
we are eating nothing and being miserable together.
Yep. Oh yeah, and it creates a bond, and I think that definitely happened on my season, where it's like I think alliances were formed just from that. All right. Well, we'll see you guys on the other side of the break. Okay. And we're back. Janelle.
Yes, McCrae.
Who are you liking? We've got to see.
I love the whole cast. It's so sad. There's not even anyone I love to hate, really. Mm-hmm. They're all very likable. I love that Shayna is getting into her villainous role. I'm loving that.
What did she say that was villainous? Was she just kind of...
You can just tell she's like, I think at one point I called Lomar's wife a donkey.
Oh, that's right.
So, yeah, it's great.
Do you know any of the context behind that? Because we didn't really talk about that part. I was like, what is this? I got to go look up her calling her a donkey.
I told you this in the last one. I thought that Shayna didn't have a filter. And I used to party with her at the the Playboy Mansion. She used to be really good friends with Hef, but yeah, she used to be like a party girl, used to say whatever.
Good.
She's very, very outspoken. So I knew that about her before she went on the show, but I was glad that she stepped it up and she was like, "Yep, I am." I called Chloe a donkey, so I'm like, okay, this good. There's like a villain, okay?
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
Yep.
But I think very highly of all of them, and I'm rooting for the figure skater. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I used to be a figure skater.
Really?
Yeah, so
toe pick.
Oh yeah.
I always say.
I didn't land a triple axel. Like I couldn't even freaking land it. Well, I could land an axel almost sometimes, maybe. I competed when I was a very young girl and like also a teenager, and then I got out of it when I was 13 because I got too tall, and I just couldn't jump anymore. But it's a very competitive sport, and I feel like when you are competing and it's like a solo competition, right? So I feel like it does give you an edge. Always competing, because I remember even when I do like HOHs, you don't get excited, like your blood pressure doesn't raise, you don't get like your heart stopping,
cool
like
under pressure.
Yeah, like you always learn that just to perform. I don't know, it's like you just learn it like from competing.
Yeah, and I mean, and you have to have a lot of physical prowess, I guess, just to like do all the figure skating shit.
Yeah,
like, oh my
so
God.
it's actually a lot of flexibility. Tons of flexibility.
Well, I thought she would have did a little bit better on this competition. Was she fourth? Or
Well,
like
I used to do figure skating, but like my figure skating, the people that I looked up to are so much older than her. That's why I didn't know who she was. Like my figure skaters were like Katarina Witt, who couldn't even do anything. Or like Tonya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan. Like those were like my stars. So I don't really watch figure skating anymore. I haven't competed since probably the early 90s.
Did you ever watch I, Tonya?
Of course.
Oh, that movie is so good.
It's so good.
That was so
yeah,
fun.
so when that happened, I was a figure skater.
Oh, really?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
I mean, I was pretty young, but I remembered that being like the biggest
It was
news.
freaking awesome. I was like, what the hell?
What
No,
is
she
happening?
didn't. I was like, she did not. No, she didn't. It was like,
This is wild.
it was
so wild.
crazy.
Yeah, those
I
are.
was like, oh my God. But Tonya was a really good figure skater.
Yeah, I mean, shit. Go check that movie out. It's great. It's our recommend this week.
But anyway, so I guess I'm rooting for I knew she was Olympian. I didn't know she was a figure skater. So I'm rooting for her. I'm rooting for Shayna, obviously. I'm really rooting for all of them. I like them all. Is that okay?
No, that's fine.
There's no one I want to hate on right now, which is interesting because usually when the cast comes out, there's always a couple of bad apples like I like to rip on. But
well, I think the other thing about it is like because they're celebrities,
Yes.
all of them understand the game. They all understand like I got to put my forward-facing ego. You know, like everyone has their little persona and characters a lot more than like, it's all polished compared to the regular cast
where they're just super green. They're like,
just
hello,
like me,
I'm little Kim from
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
from Louisiana. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, but that's the thing is like the problem is that we only seen like whatever how many hours were they even in the house, you know?
Exactly.
So
I'm dying to. I usually don't watch the live feeds because I just don't. But I kind of want to see them right now, and I know that they're not available to us.
What do you want to talk
which
about
frustrates
that?
me.
That frustrates me too.
It's really annoying.
I swear to God, like Big Brother, it's just like
It's one thing after another.
it's like the abusive father, or it's
Oh,
just like,
yes.
or it's like they just constantly hit you, and then you're basically like, please, just like we like your thing, like just please don't hit us anymore. And yeah, Big Brother just constantly is like, you little idiots. It's so frustrating because they have like a decent product, and like, I mean, yeah,
And people are bored. It's the middle of winter. It's freaking 9 below today in Minnesota, probably 20 below with the freaking windshield.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, dude, I will literally watch live feeds right now. In the summer, absolutely not. I'm at the lake. Not interested.
No, exactly. So my theory though is like someone quit, right?
I don't think so.
I
You think
mean,
someone quit?
Why would they say like we are gonna give?
They're
you
not
the
ready.
feeds?
I don't think they're ready.
What needs to be ready? The whole house is like set up from always. You know?
Oh, you're saying you think that someone quit and
Yes.
they don't want to lose viewership on their live episode.
I mean, definitely that, but also like yeah, that's the thing where it's like as soon as someone quits, then that's the news that's gonna break is someone quit.
and
or
then
like
no one will watch the show.
I mean, I don't know. I just
But they
don't
showed
know.
Evil Dick. I remember when
Yeah,
he
that's right.
was let go from the show, that was on live feeds, and they were like, Dick's not around, Dick's not there, and then all of a sudden, like an hour later, the feed shut.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious, and I wonder if it is maybe like
they're same thing with Willie too.
Oh yeah.
They were saying on the feeds like, oh, like he got expelled, they just shut off the feeds.
Yeah, I wonder if it's because of celebrities. You know, maybe it's like they're trying to protect images a little bit more, or maybe they're trying to preserve their own spin of it. I don't know. That's just where my conspiracy.
If there were a celebrity to quit, who do you think it would have been?
Chris Kattan.
Really?
I think.
Why?
So. Just because, like, did they talked about how he hasn't had. Or maybe Julie was saying that he hasn't had a roommate ever before. This is his first time he's ever had a roommate.
Oh, God.
And now he has, like, 12 of them.
Here's the thing with celebrity, too. Like, and I know this is very stereotypical, but, like, a lot of celebrities, they've got their drugs and their booze.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's plentiful to them. And they can do it whenever the fuck they want. Yes. So maybe it's a pill thing. Maybe it's like, I need this and I can't have it, because they will not allow you drugs in the house. Even if you have a prescription, they will not.
Yeah. And like, I can tell you from, at least my cast, there's at least 3 people that I know where like they would go crazy when they didn't get Xanax, and they would fucking like have a complete meltdown.
And full on disclosure, I did sneak Xanax into the house. I only had 3, but I stuck them in my Gucci sunglass case.
Okay.
And they never like went through my stuff. This because of COVID. I was like, cool. So like the night I went on the block, I was like, cool.
Feeling great. Yeah. I mean, that's a good one to have too. Xanax, because it's just like, I'm like, it's
those are
over.
the best. I think I had a couple Ambien too.
Don't do Xanax or Ambien, kids. Let's see. Who do you think would quit?
I think, oh gosh, I don't even know. Maybe Cynthia.
She seems like
she seems kind of high maintenance and kind of like, you're not going to tell me what to do, because Big Brother's very controlling. Like you just don't get anything.
And if you're a controlling person,
it's hard.
Immediately conflict.
Yeah, because it's hard for me. It's hard for me because I am a controlling person. Hey, know yourself, right? Mm-hmm. I am controlling, so I'm like, oh, you're not taking my phone. Or Janelle, you need to be here. Janelle, you need to send me this. Janelle, you do this. And I'm like, you don't, I don't work for you. Like,
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense to me. I can't remember what else I was going to say. Who do you, so do you have a winner pick? Do you want to do that?
So here's my thoughts. My draft pick from my group chat, I know you're watching this, is Mai. And just because I see that competitive edge, like I can see it so clearly. And I think if she can make it through this week socially and just like not getting on the block, then she can go really far. Well, or she's going to be the first boot.
Yeah. You don't think, who do you think will be the first boot?
I think she's going to nominate, I feel like she's going to nominate 2 women. She just doesn't feel like a girl's girl.
I can see that.
I just don't see her being
a woman hater.
Yeah, let's go after the guys. She's going to be like, no.
She'll probably bro down with the guys.
She's going to bro down with them.
Yeah.
So maybe like Shayna and Mai, which would be really depressing.
I mean, how can you not
It's an easy target.
Teddy.
Or Teddy.
I think Teddy's got to be the one that goes. Or like got to be the one. Teddy has to hit the block, I'd imagine, right? How can you be like, nah, I'm not going to give you that deal, and then don't put her up?
Because I feel like she did it because she didn't know people. Like what we see on TV is different. Like when you go in the house and you're doing that, you will have like an hour, and then they're like, you guys are going outside.
Yep.
So I remember this from 14. Like we had not talked to everyone. I'd only talked to the people that I picked on my team are the only people I talked to, because it was so short.
Yeah. Who was on your team?
I picked the worst team ever.
Let's hear it.
Oh my God, it was horrible.
I want to know. I can't remember.
It was such a disaster. It was Will with the long hair.
Okay, yeah.
It was Ashley, who, whoa. And then it was Joe. It was the most dysfunctional, fucked up team, and they wouldn't listen to me. And they were like, "No, we want to work with Boogie's team. No, we want to Boogie this, Boogie that." I'm like, "This is horrible. Like, I don't even have like people that want to like do anything." They were like, "No," and they would always try and go back on their word. It's like, "You guys shouldn't do that." Like week 1, they're like flipping around back and forth. I'm like, "You guys, you can't go back on your word week 2. This is bad."
That is so funny. I keep on forgetting what I was gonna say. I just don't know.
McCrae.
I know. Sorry. Again, hungover.
It's fine.
I don't know what it was.
Oh my gosh, McCrae.
I know.
Okay, so I'll ask you. Who do you think is going to hit the block this week, and who do you want to win?
I think definitely Teddy is going to hit the block. Maybe I'll say Chris Kattan, just because maybe he was just like, I want to go. Like, maybe he just tells the HOH, like, you can put me up. I'm ready to go. That's going to be my guess. Shot in the dark guess. Who do I want to win? Chris Kirkpatrick.
You want Chris to win?
I didn't have any high hopes for him at all until that episode, and I was like, okay, this dude's here to play.
Yes.
I just want to see a game player play. So
that's great.
Yeah, I liked it. I think he'll be okay.
I think I'd be happy if any of them won so far. Like we haven't seen like how they really are. We haven't seen the unedited version, and we haven't. They're on their best behavior right now. So we'll just see.
Yes.
Like to be continued for me.
Two things. All right, I got to remember this: the house design and their entrance into the house. How this time they just like walked in one by one. How do you feel about that?
I think it's way better.
Right. I think it's
but
not bad.
But they can do it because there's less people.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it used to be. Like that's how it was for All Stars. The first one, we walked in one by one. Oh wait, no, it was groups. They did groups.
Yeah.
So I did walk in with.
But I mean, the thing that I don't like is always the like, all right, everyone in this room right now, we all stick together. We make an alliance, and then like that happens all the time. So like, I wonder if this will make that kind of thing worse, or if this will make it better, just because everyone's just slowly filtering in. I mean,
it's so quick. It's like, do you really want to make an alliance with someone that you just ended up in a room with? That seems pretty freaking stupid to me.
Scared people will do that. They'll be like, yeah, us together, let's go. Yeah. But house design. What do you think of the house design?
I'm really upset about the stairs, obviously.
Really?
Of course.
I hated those fucking things.
Yeah, but I like what I like, and I don't like change.
Yeah.
And it's less space. Now I'm like, what? I don't know.
Yeah. I'd like to see it in person just to see how that feels. But the thing that I do like about it is that wintertime, like lodgy cabin kind of feel. Big Brother 9 had that because that was the winter season. Yes,
they did. I loved their set.
I know. Great. That's like one of my all-time favorite like house designs. And I think this one gets kind of close to that with like that like up at the cabin feel.
Yeah.
I like
season 21 was the camp one.
Camp one, that's right.
That was more of like
I didn't think
the
that was
Northwest,
bad,
like, hey, we're in the beaver state. Right?
Yeah, that's true. No, but yeah, I think that definitely hits close to home for us because it's like it feels like a Minnesota winter at the cabin,
Yes.
Which is always a fun time. I think that's about it. What do you have anything else?
You didn't. Okay, so you think Teddy and Maya are going to be on the block?
Yeah, I'll say that.
Okay.
Or Chris Kattan.
And then what do you think's going to happen in tonight's episode? Like if there were drama, who would it be between?
Oh man, I hope it's they gotta expose that fallout between Teddy and like they like how can you be like, oh, okay, well we're cool now after this. It's just like, well, fuck you. I don't ever like Teddy should just be like, well, kiss my ass. Like I'm not gonna fucking beg for anything now. I don't know. I think they have to, I'd like to see the fallout from that. On tonight's episode, they're definitely gonna show the box.
Yes.
Right?
I'm excited to see what that is.
It's gotta be something decent.
For sure.
It's gonna be like double vetoes. Everyone gets vetoes. I don't fucking know. All right.
So if you guys are watching and you like the content we're coming out with, I want you to hit subscribe so you can get the notifications. Because we are going to be covering Celebrity Big Brother. And
we won't be covering every single episode.
Not every episode.
We are just going to try to get together as much as we can, but This thing needs to stop. Yeah, we're just gonna try to get together as much as possible, but we don't have anything set, so bear with us till we figure out what we're gonna do. But we're just gonna try to bring you guys as much coverage as possible. The whole season.
And comment below on any sort of Celebrity Big Brother episodes that you'd like us to do as a bonus. So, or any other content that you want to see.
I saw someone say that like they want us to tell the story of like us hanging out or like meeting or like
okay, we can tell origins. That right now because obviously it's on the thumbnail. Hello. So I met McCrae at an open call. I was doing a thing at the Mall of America in Minnesota. And it was a paid event for me. They were like, will you come to the Mall of America and sign autographs for $1,000? And I was like, sure. And so I went to the mall gig. For an open call. So I wasn't like casting people, like actually like, oh, you come on over here. Mm-hmm. I was just signing pictures with signing pictures and taking pictures with fans. Mm-hmm. And McCrae came to the open call.
And I think, like, I remember I was like, well, when I meet Janelle, I'm going to have a question prepared. Yeah. So, like, she doesn't think I'm just a crazy person or whatever. And I was like, so what would you have done differently in season 7 or some bullshit? I don't remember. Like, you're probably just like, shut up, you little nerd. But no, I think I met so many people at that open casting call. I actually met the cheer coach that coaches my kids. Oh, really?
Yeah, he was a huge, this gay guy. He's so amazing. He watches Big Brother, was a fan of mine, went to the open call. I met him there and I saw like his jacket and I was like, wait, you're a cheer coach? And he was like, yeah, you should bring your daughters when they're like old enough. I was like, done. So I still like... I met so many people at that open call. It's crazy.
I was going to ask you this earlier, but why don't you get your daughters into ice skating or figure skating?
Just because growing up, I know the height thing. You can only be competitive for so long in figure skating at a certain height and weight. And my daughters will all be over 5'9", if not 5'10".
Okay.
So to get an axle, to get a triple axle, you got to be like... At least you cannot be taller than I would say 5'2".
I can do it.
No, you can't.
I can do it.
It takes a tremendous amount of like obvious skill, but it's a weight thing. It's a jumping thing. It's in the air.
Oh yeah, I got it. Topic. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. We'll catch you guys next time.
Bye.